Last time, we talked about hero design. In this Dev Talk, let's take a look at the stage upon which Honor of Kings heroes perform, the Hero's Gorge. We aim to provide a fun and enjoyable gaming experience in the Gorge, employing the visual design of the map and different battlefield mechanics to continuously deliver opportunities for players to feel the joy of competitive fighting. To this end, we are always seeking answers to these questions. What features do players enjoy most? How can we make a MOBA map rich and interesting? Speaking of the visual design of the Gorge map, we use 3 principles: clarity, uniqueness, and balance. Clarity means that the environment itself clearly conveys the battlefield information relevant to MOBA combat. From the very beginning of a match, the natural environment and special effects change, guiding the players along their lane. Textures on the ground help to show the attack range of the crystals and the towers, the movement range of jungle monsters, and more. Uniqueness means that the Gorge is based on the unique world of Honor of Kings, integrating multiple cultures and their special traits and symbols to create a one-of-a-kind combat environment. The design language of the red and blue sides of the Gorge, curved and straight, are derived from our thinking on the world's cultures. The curves on the red side are inspired by the symbols of ancient Neolithic cultures, reflecting humanity's imagination at that time, as well as their observation and worship of nature. In contrast, the right angles of the blue side incorporate Eastern Bronze Age concepts of machinery. It was at this time that humans began manipulating nature and evolved technology to craft things themselves. The endless vitality of the Gorge landscape is also another important feature. We want the Gorge to be lush with all kinds of life: evergreen pines, fish swimming in streams and the river, and leaves swaying in the wind. Not only should it be abundant with nature, but there should be signs of human life as well. Human activity is a highlight of all forms of life, so the Gorge has a variety of human-made scenery: the stone of sorcery on the farm lane, broken bottles and jars, as well as other traces of the people who once lived there. Balance means that both teams have the same potential for victory, creating an atmosphere of fair competition for all players. The design language of both sides is different, but we work hard to ensure the overall visual feeling is the same, to avoid creating any psychological bias that might favor one team. From a standpoint of the design's visual intensity, the energy, technology, materials, etc. of both teams correspond exactly. Regarding resources, both teams' crystals, towers, and azure or crimson golems are placed in symmetrical locations on the map. Providing a fun, competitive experience for players isn't all about beautiful graphics. The design of battlefield mechanics is extremely important as well. The core design concept of the Honor of Kings battlefield is fun for all. Players on every lane can get a sense of achievement and recognition, creating an environment where everyone can have their highlight moments and contribute to the victory. Speaking of for all, we must consider the traits and habits of players on every lane, while also taking into consideration fun and competition. Regarding pacing, in a match that lasts around 15 minutes, players focus on self-protection in the early game. Laning players kill minions to earn gold, while in the allied jungle, players experience less damage. The quick resurrection time and the healing dew behind towers help ensure growth during the game's early phase. In the mid-game, players should aim to gain a gold advantage and look for chances to turn the tide. A fight over a core resource like the Overlord or Tyrant may be enough to break the rhythm of one side and give the other an advantage. In the late game, the crucial resource of the Tempest Dragon appears, provoking even fiercer combat. Defeating the Tempest Dragon provides players with benefits such as shields and damage buffs, as well as stronger Tempest Vanguard on lanes. The fight for this single resource can be the key to victory. When it comes to fun, we aim to provide players with conditions that will lead to frequent, small-scale team fights, promoting a competitive experience. Lanes should be cleared quickly to avoid getting stuck in long and tedious fighting on lanes. This incentivizes players to roam and gank after clearing their lane, generating interaction with the opposing team. The design of the lane river sprite also provides opportunities for combat. During team fights, every player has their chance to shine. For example, support players may find it hard to get kill streaks, but they can still get the perfect crowd control feat from assists. In this Dev Talk, we have aimed to share the team's thoughts on battlefield design. We hope you will have a thrilling and highlight-filled combat experience in the Gorge of Honor of Kings and get a taste of the true fun of MOBA competition. That's all for this Dev Talk. Stay tuned for the next one.